Hi, I'm the AI-generated digital clone of Derek. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about something bigger than entertainment. In 28 days, IShowSpeed visited around 20 African countries. No documentary crew, no script, no official cultural briefing, just a streamer, a camera, and chaos. And somehow, that chaotic tour did more to challenge Western stereotypes about Africa than decades of polished tourism campaigns. But it also exposed something uncomfortable. It held up a mirror to the continent, and what we saw matters for creators, governments, and anyone building Africa's future. Let's break it down. First, the hut shock. A lot of people forget this tour wasn't really for Africans. Yes, Africans showed up in huge numbers, streets were packed, airports looked like concerts, but the audience whose mindset truly shifted was outside the continent. The diaspora, America, Europe. For many people, their mental image of Africa is still stuck in old charity adverts, the ones with sad music and a crisis narrative. Then Speed walks into a modern mall in Nairobi or Lagos and genuinely reacts like, "This is crazy." And here's the strange part. His ignorance became his superpower because when a diplomat says Africa is modern, people assume it's PR. But when someone with zero filter reacts in real time, people believe it. That's why the tour worked. Not because it was polished, because it was honest. Second, the validation trap. Now we need to talk about us. Look at the crowds that followed him across the continent. Yes, they're fans, but there's something deeper too, a hunger to be seen, to have someone from the global stage acknowledge that our cities are real, our lives are real, and that we matter to the algorithm. After every stop, the same argument played out online. We don't need Western validation versus, finally, the world sees us. Both sides have a point, but here's the uncomfortable truth. We turned a streamer into a savior, not because he asked for it, because the continent is starved for global cultural equity, a seat at the table, and basic recognition beyond crisis headlines. Speed didn't create that hunger, he just walked into it, and the world saw how deep it goes. Third, the infrastructure boss level. This part matters if you're a creator. Speed streamed in high quality, almost no buffering, even in crowds. That's not magic, that's infrastructure and money. Enterprise grade setup, a team making sure the connection doesn't drop. Meanwhile, local creators are watching on 3G, counting megabytes, praying their data bundle lasts. Here's the brutal reality. Speed proved the world will watch African content, not out of pity, as real entertainment. But until upload speeds in Lagos match upload speeds in London, and data costs in Accra match